Second now. Any moment.
Hardware.
Any moment now, it will happen. We should be ready.
All right. Are we live?
I think we're live, Kyle.
Sweet. How's it going, everyone? Welcome to Awesome Hardware, episode 27. I'm Kyle.
Jeez.
Jesus Christ. And we've got a really smooth, very well thought out show for you guys today.
Yeah, we're starting out strong.
That was all part of the plan right there. What you heard right there. Just a little mic check for y'all while Paul gets his tweet ready to send out, notifying the world that we are now live. I just sent my tweet. Booyah. So thank you all for joining us and for being patient with us. We're a little bit late today, but not too bad. 9 minutes late. It's not horrible.
It's not nearly as bad as when Jay was here.
That is true. That's true. I'm glad I wasn't here for that. That would have been awkward.
So we should ask people if
Hard to
anything looks
watch.
different.
Does anything look different about? I'm assuming you mean about the background or
No, not
environment?
just us. Do we look better
Oh,
than
do
we
we look-
usually do?
Oh yes, that's true. What?
We're using the GH4.
Oh,
today.
okay. I was gonna say. Well, yeah. I'm glad you noticed that I've been losing tons of weight
And
that I've
you've
been
lost so much weight, Kyle.
working out religiously. No, I haven't been doing any of that.
We finished the Euro flavored chips.
Yeah.
You know, put
We should
that
actually
over
look
there.
worse, but because of
true.
the camera, the GH4, God
guess
bless
so.
its soul, we look awesome. So.
All right. You might hear a little bit of background noise. That's because there's an air conditioner out here now. We're
Yep.
very happy about it.
Right.
Sorry about the noise. Screw you if you want us to turn it off, because we're not gonna.
Yeah. Sorry, it's hot in here.
Okay.
But let's talk about some announcements that we have for today.
We should peruse the announcements.
The first of which is that we, Paul and I, along with some other tech tubers, friends of ours, are hosting a giveaway that you guys should be interested in because there's quite a lot at stake here. You can get a Define S computer case from Fractal Design. It's also co-sponsored by Fractal. An Edison 750 watt power supply as well, and a $1,000 Amazon gift card.
Yeah, $1,000 freaking dollars.
$1,000 to kind of fill that Define S with whatever components your heart desires, or you could get like a big pile of cat food or something.
Yeah, well, I'm
Whatever.
trying to think of funny people
that things can get.
If people could buy other people with a $1,000 Amazon gift card, you can't. Turns out,
Could buy a bunch of people.
That's been abolished for quite a while now. But we are happy that people are going to be able to choose whatever the heck they want to fill out the rest of their system. So if you want to enter that, the entry page is a Gleam, and it's available on all of our channels. You should be able to find it. You go there and you can subscribe to us.
Are you going to post that in chat or?
I could. I
Hey.
could do that right now for
Hey.
anyone who's not already entered.
Technology. It's
we
pretty
go.
simple. Basically, to enter, all you have to do is subscribe to my, Paul's, Jay's 2 Cents, and Dimitri from Hardware Canucks' YouTube channel. So that's 4 YouTube channels you got to subscribe to. And you can also enter some bonus entries, which basically give you a higher chance or odds of winning. You can do that by following us on Twitter, things like that, following us on Instagram and whatnot. So
Doing
go
other
ahead and check
stuff.
it out. Sweet.
I'm very excited.
Yeah, it's a good giveaway, guys.
Yeah.
You should really check it out. Even if you're one of those people that's like me, it's like I never win anything when I enter shit like that. But still, I mean, come on. You
can
really have
try.
nothing to lose other than a few seconds of your life. But honestly, if you're watching this show right now, then you already don't value your time at all.
I have so much crap over here. Where did all this
And
crap
Paul has a
come
lot of
from?
crap.
It's sorry. We've getting ready for the show today, and it's it's one of those.
A little frantic.
It's like every week you're like, oh, there's plenty of time before the show. I'm gonna do this, this, and this, and
Yes.
then turns out there's not plenty of time.
I know. Who
Who
knew?
Yeah.
But that's okay. We're going to roll through it. Another thing is to also go ahead and pick up some merchandise from either my or Paul's store, or both of them, because now you will save some money on shipping now that we have combined our shipping orders.
Indeed.
So if you want to buy a shirt from my store or a shirt or mug from Paul's store, you can go ahead and do that. Mine's is awesomesaucenetwork.com/store. Paul's is store.paulshardware.net.
Indeed, it is.
And there's a lot of good stuff there. Also, if you guys buy something from either of our stores during the show, during the live stream that is, you will get a personal Johnson shout out from either one of us.
That's true.
And if you buy from both stores, then you get a double Johnson.
You get a double Johnson, and
Double
you'll
Johnson.
also just place both orders, and then you get like about a $5 kickback, depending on where you're located and
Yes.
everything, for the shipping, because you'll get it both in the same box. So.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. It's really good stuff. It's a great time to buy shirts.
It is.
And crap.
It's always a great time.
Another announcement is that PAX Prime is happening this weekend.
Oh,
For
good.
those of you who aren't familiar, it's the Penny
Indeed.
Arcade Expo. It's a huge gaming event. They've got all kinds of good demos there. They're going to be showing off the latest stuff.
Kyle and I will be there on location, bringing you guys live coverage on Kyle's Twitch channel.
I won't be there, and that will not be happening at all. That's
Kyle's
all
not
false.
going. I'm going to be there. So
Paul will be there.
If you guys are going to PAX Prime, come find me. I don't know where you will find me because I'm just going to be wandering around. I don't really have a home base, but I'll be tweeting and stuff like that, so you can follow me on Twitter, and we'll try to do some meetups. I'm going to be hanging out with the Tech Syndicate crew. Jerry Barncleys is going to be there. Nice. So that's cool too. And yeah, I'm excited. I've never been to PAX Prime. I've only been to PAX East in Boston,
same.
but I always had a lot of fun there. So I'm imagining PAX Prime must be at least
just as fun, if not funner.
At least 5 to 10% more fun.
I'm quite jelly.
Like a Microsoft. Wait, no, what? Like a new Intel series of processors.
Sure.
That took way too long to get out. Yeah, sorry.
We'll go with that. But yeah, go ahead and follow Paul on social media so you can catch him at PAX Prime. If you happen to be there, you can go ahead and meet up with him. I, on the other hand, will be sticking at home, just chilling, making videos and stuff like that. Being super jelly of Paul and the Tech Syndicate crew.
Super jelly.
All their nice expeditions and Jerry and stuff. But why don't we move on to our first segment of today's show? Let's get into the meat of this stupid show, which is you ready for the lower thirds, Paul?
No, wait. What is? I forget what I do. Yeah, there we go.
Hot and heavy hardware.
Indeed.
Where we talk about hardware that's hot and heavy.
It has to create too much heat, and it also has to be substantially heavy.
It's kind of a misleading title for a segment because we're talking about cool stuff, but it's not cool at all.
You'd think
from the title, you'd be like, "Well, it's not cool." It's just the opposite. The first of which is AMD Project Quantum, which was AMD's flagship type of like prototype-esque mini PC that they showed off at E3 at the gaming show that was sponsored by who was it? PC Gamer, I believe. That freaking PC made waves. I don't think anyone in their right mind was expecting that sort of hardware to kind of surface. Because, I mean, AMD, they got video cards, right? And fast video cards are cool. They're kind of expected. Yeah. But when AMD dropped Project Quantum onto the stage there at E3, everyone kind of like, their eyes got a little bigger, and it piqued our interest, basically.
It was before the Fury X had actually launched in the benchmarks.
That was the other huge thing about it.
That probably added to the anticipation of it.
Exactly.
Like, oh, that's pretty sweet.
I
mean, there was a little bit of like, people were expecting to be able to buy this at some point. The way they launched it was like, and this is going to launch as a retail product. And it seems like it's not going to happen now. It's more of like, no, this was just a prototype to show you what you could do with AMD hardware technology or whatever.
It's kind of like, it is kind of basically a tech demonstration. I feel like Project Quantum was kind of a demonstration on AMD's part to show how optimized they've made their latest Fury line of GPUs to be so small that you can actually pack a lot of power into a really small form factor case. And actually, this article, which Paul shared with me earlier this morning, talks about, it's from Maximum PC, I believe, or PC World.
This is PC World, but you thought it was Maximum PC because it's Gordon Ma-Ung and he used to work for Maximum PC.
Gotcha, that's right. Very confusing. So PC World has kind of created this article where they actually got an AMD Project Quantum PC on hand and completely ripped it apart. So this is kind of never before seen stuff. We already kind of knew the general specs and the hardware inside. It's got 2 Fury X's, which is just nuts to begin with. The actual dimensions of the chassis are about 6.5 by 9.5 by 9.5 inches. So it's a small little, smaller than a shoebox type size, but it's got 2 Fury X's in it. So we already kind of knew all that stuff, but they actually take a really close, in-depth look at it while they disassemble it and kind of dissect the whole thing, and they kind of shared their findings with the world. So I'm just going to go right into it. The chassis is 100% machined aluminum, which makes it a little bit more lightweight. So not only is it small, but you can kind of easily carry it around from place to place if you're landing with it.
Also makes it immune to magnets.
Also immune to magnets, which is very good. It also makes it completely useless with Bitphoenix Alchemy 2.0 strips.
I was going to point that out, but I thought that would be too much detail to get into.
It's information you didn't really need to know.
People need to know that they can't combine those two products together.
Important. It's important, okay? It's also, it kind of has this weird, it's like an hourglass design in a way. It's got this really skinny center, and it's got kind of 2 compartments, one on the top and one on the bottom. The top compartment just pretty much has a 100 millimeter radiator, And so it is liquid cooled, and it's got liquid tubing that kind of goes down the center during the waist of the PC, I should say. And at the bottom compartment, you've got all your hardware.
That's how it excretes its fluids after after it's devoured lesser computers.
It's how it detoxes.
Yeah.
And so you've got basically in the bottom compartment all of your hardware, including your motherboard and your GPUs and CPU and things like that. But that thing right there in the video that Paul's showing is a massive water block that's cooling both the CPU and the GPU at the same time. So it's a completely proprietary custom water block that AMD's designed to cool both of those components at once, but it does span like pretty much the entire footprint of the case itself, and then that heat, of course, gets dissipated out the top where that 100mm radiator lies. There's also the motherboard that they use is off the shelf. You could buy it right now. It's the ASRock Z97E ITX.
Oh, okay.
But AMD actually had to do some heavy modifications to the board itself to get it to fit and kind of work and play nicely in this custom chassis of theirs. So things that they've done include like actually flipping the board backwards. So you'll notice that the front of the PC is actually where the rear I/O is, and they've got a pass-through that routes around to the opposite side. And they actually took out most of the I/O on the board itself, apart from the Gigabit Ethernet LAN and I think 2 USB 3.0 ports. All the other stuff, like maybe a PS2 port or all the other USB ports, they kind of just ripped out just to save space. Yeah, the other reason why they flipped the board backwards is because they needed it to fit that custom water block in a certain way. So flipping it was really the only option there. They've also rotated the 24-pin ATX connector 90 degrees, so it's actually flat. So they can easily plug into whatever connector. But as Paul was saying, a lot of people were hoping that this would be available for consumer purchase, that we'd be able to like find this on Newegg or something like that.
Yeah.
But AMD doesn't really have any plans to do that as of now. They are currently looking for other companies to partner with who would be willing to bring it to a market, but not the consumer market. And there's speculation in this article that that market is going to be reserved for VR. Virtual reality stuff. So AMD might possibly be packaging Project Quantum with like a VR headset of your choice, but not for us consumers. Instead, they would actually be giving it to schools or universities.
They'll partner up with like their favorite VR, you know, whichever VR headset manufacturer AMD decides is their favorite, and they'll sell this as some massive package for $3 or $4 grand,
exactly,
with the headset and everything all included.
Right.
I mean,
either for Hollywood, what the article was saying, it could either be used for Hollywood or for universities, for medical purposes.
So not necessarily to be sold to consumers.
Exactly.
Okay.
No consumer use. The speculation of the article, of course. You know, you never know. I'm sure that there would be a market for this. I'm sure a lot of, you know, enthusiasts out there. Yeah. Some of you guys might be interested. I'd be interested in taking a look at it.
If they can provide some kind of guarantee as to the performance you might expect, then yeah. I mean, by the way, the Wi-Fi died, so don't close that window.
I will not. Trying to connect. Yes. Yeah. All right. Well, hopefully it'll be okay for now.
Sorry, I have a new router that's like in the other room, but it's not plugged in or anything.
Oh, okay. All right, no worries, but that's kind of interesting. Moving on, our next story talks about Phanteks and their new upcoming ITX case. If you guys are familiar with the Enthoo Evolv, it was originally a micro ATX case. They also had a mini ITX version, but they're coming out with another small form factor mini ITX version of the Evolv,
PC
which is
Perspective
called
article, by the way.
PC Perspective, thank you for the article. It's the Evolv ITX SE. And I didn't catch in the article what the SE stands for. I'm sure it's very obvious, but it escapes me at the moment.
Usually it's special edition. But
that's probably it then.
Sometimes it also stands for
second edition, maybe.
Something extra. Just a little,
just a little something extra.
Just a little something extra on the side.
Just for all the people who already bought an Evolv ITX 1.0 to kick themselves in the head.
So this is an announcement of a product to be launched in the future.
Exactly. Okay. It's not launching till October of this year.
Why are we even talking about it then?
Because Enthoo has some really great cases. You actually did a system build in one today.
I did. I built in the
Enthoo Pro.
Enthoo Pro.
Yeah.
Today.
So you know, Enthoo makes great, or Phanteks makes great cases.
You're right.
And so this is exciting. Not only does it fit everything in a small form factor, but it does so with very full hardware support. So you can fit a 13-inch graphics card, of course. I'm guessing you can do some pretty sweet water cooling in here. They also have dual-width liquid CPU cooler support with the removable bracket. You see that? I think that looks like a 360mm bracket up top there.
This one?
Doesn't it?
It looks, yeah, you're right.
It looks like a 360 at least. And this is saying it's dual width, but that looks like triple width to me.
For the top one?
For that removable bracket, right? Yeah, that one.
It might just be because the case is so small. Like it seems wide. Like it seems like there's more depth than there actually is.
might not be any mounting points at the front of it. Maybe
Yeah,
just in the rear.
like this might be wider than it looks, and you might have a couple cross beams that go over the fans. I don't know.
At any rate, a 240 millimeter radiator inside of a mini ITX case is pretty sweet. You should be able to do some damage with that in terms of thermal dissipation and whatnot. It will be offered, the case itself is going to be offered in 2 options, so you can take a look at the one that Paul's looking at there, the black and white, or the red and black. So obviously the red and black has a red interior, the black exterior, and the white and black is white on the outside, black on the inside like M&M. So as far as pricing goes, you're going to be able to get the black and red version for $70 USD and $80 USD for the white and black edition. So there you go. There are some options for you there.
That's exciting. On
Hot and Heavy Hardware. Additionally, we've got a monitor to check out. It's the Asus PB258Q. This is a frameless IPS display, and it caught my eye simply because I could not find the bezel on it. And that's there's not many monitors that can do that.
You're right.
These days. I looked and looked, and I was like, there's no bezel. It's completely,
I don't see a bezel.
Completely gone. I think it's like 1 or 2 millimeters thick. So it is there, obviously.
Is that true? So now Asus did this before. They had what was it? Those MX or whatever ones that they launched, and they looked like they had 0 bezel. But when you actually turned it on, there was like a good, maybe a centimeter, maybe a little less, of bezel that went around the edge.
Yeah,
but the way it was manufactured, it looked like it went edge to edge.
Right, because the tempered glass went over the entire bezel.
Yeah,
I think that's what it was.
So this one,
when it was off,
this one actually though it does go out to the edge.
Yes. And it's kind of a shame in a way because it's only 25 inches. It is 2560 by 1440 resolution, but it's not really tailored for gaming. It's got 100% sRGB coverage. It's more of a workstation monitor, I would say, which is kind of a shame because I would like to see a bezel-less design on a gaming monitor most of all.
I like to stand.
To do some 3-way, right? To do some 3-way monitor setups.
Oh, yeah. All about that 3-way.
So, I mean, but this is a good sign. It's a step in the right direction that eventually, maybe on some G-Sync or Freesync monitors, either from Asus or other manufacturers, we'll start to see these fully borderless displays. And I think that would be pretty sweet for gaming.
Look at that chart, though. Isn't that a colorful chart?
That's very colorful.
Yep.
That makes me want to buy one right now.
It does.
All those colors. If you guys aren't too interested in the workstation type of monitor and you're kind of more geared towards the gaming end, the Asus already has...
Nope, they lied. They lied right here.
They lied?
The lying liars who lied.
What?
So it's a frameless design,
but
not bezel-less design. See?
Why do they do that?
I dug into the story to find you guys the real information.
All you had to do was scroll.
Thank you again, PC Perspective, for telling us the actual. So see, yeah, they make it look like the picture should go all the way out to this edge, which would give it like only a millimeter or 2 of thickness, but it really doesn't. And it's just like it's only the reviews and stuff like this where you can actually see how far it comes out.
How misleading! Why would they do that? Why don't they just make it completely?
Because people buy it thinking it's going to be frameless. Yeah,
but I mean, how much harder?
Even here you can see where the edge comes.
But how difficult would it be for them to really get rid of that?
Yeah.
I mean, what a selling point.
It did still win a gold award from PC Perspective, though.
Oh, rubbish!
Despite it being a lying monitor that lies.
It's all rubbish. Uh-oh.
Anyway, what
my wireless. I can't see any of the chat.
Yeah, the chat's gone. We have 0 chance of interacting with chat.
All right.
Wait, no, did it come back? Come on, Wi-Fi.
I'm afraid.
Come on, Wi-Fi.
I'm afraid, Paul.
I should cheat. Oh yeah, I'm totally gonna cheat.
You got Ethernet, don't you?
Yeah, but there's only one cable here that I can just find and plug in. It's the good old purpley.
You're damn. So for all we know, we're still live though.
Oh, we're definitely live.
Okay.
It's only the Wi-Fi.
Just our Wi-Fi.
We have 0 dropped frames. We're live. There's no problem here. It's just we have 0 frame of reference on our laptops for what the hell's actually going on.
Oh, great. This is brilliant.
It's all right. I'm gonna plug in here. So
it's like we're blind.
I'll be fine.
In the meantime, I'm going to crack this beer open because
you're tired of waiting for me to catch up.
Because I'm thirsty and Paul's slow. He's a slow drinker.
All right.
We're drinking some Belching Beaver.
I have internet on my
miso honey.
Yeah, so these actually came from Costco. They had some good deals. Belching Beaver Brewery, we've tried before. They have their peanut butter stout, which is quite good.
Yes.
So I got a couple of these. This is miso honey, like miso horny, because it's a honey. It's a blonde ale brewed with honey. I don't mind a blonde ale. And then for Kyle, we have wait, what's yours called again? Great Lay.
The Great Lay.
The Great Lay, which also is
Ties just beautifully in
rife with innuendo. But yeah, and that's an IPA. A pineapple colada India Pale Ale.
Interesting.
I hope that tastes tasty.
It smells like pina colada, actually. It smells very pina colada-y.
We were pre-showing with some arrogant bastard.
Pre-showing! Hope you guys are all pre-showing with
in
us.
case anyone was wondering.
On Tuesdays,
if you're of age, of course.
Of course. Or under parental supervision.
What? No.
What? No, yeah. You can let your kid drink in your own home if your mom or dad says so.
You can? That's
yes,
legal?
that is legal.
That's why kids get wasted at weddings.
That is.
Right.
And no one complains.
I don't.
Actually, more tolerable when they're drunk on the floor.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, what were we talking about? That's actually pretty good.
Beer.
That's right.
Cheers. Cheers. We didn't cheers at the beginning of the show.
Cheers.
Tradition.
Cheers to it all,
cheers
baby.
to all you guys. Thanks for joining us today.
So, I wanted to follow up this monitor story with another monitor story.
That's delicious.
Oh, good.
Actually, that's quite delicious.
I'm glad you're all honey.
It's light and honey flavored. I've been drinking lots of darker beers, so it's nice to have something a little bit more playful.
Yes. So if you happen to be looking for a more gaming-centric monitor, Asus is also coming out with a monitor not too long from now, September, for all you US natives.
Septiembre
for all
our Spanish-speaking viewers.
Spanish natives. It's the Asus MG278Q. It is a 27-inch TN panel that does have FreeSync, 144 hertz. 1 millisecond greater response time, excellent for gamers. The stand looks pretty much like the ROG Swift, I would say. It looks very similar.
Yeah, they're definitely
I'm assuming it's got the full range of tilt, pivot, and swivel.
But that's a good stand.
That's a good. No, I'm saying that as definitely as a plus. So this actually looks pretty compelling, and it's going to be releasing again in September in the US for about $500 USD.
You know who else is releasing in the US for $500 USD in September?
Cheese?
What? No.
It was worth a shot, all right? It was worth a shot.
Cheese? I said who? I don't even know. I didn't have an answer to that question. I just thought it was phrased in a funny sort of way.
Oh, that was just a rhetorical question.
Jay. I'll say Jay. Jay is
okay.
going to be releasing in September for $500 US.
Can we find Jay for sale on eBay or?
If you want to.
Okay, cool.
All right. Are you done with your news segment yet?
I'm done with... No, that wasn't news. That was hot and heavy hardware.
Oh, that was hot and heavy hardware.
But we are done with that segment. Thank you for knowing where we are.
Beautiful.
Why don't we move on to this new segment?
Can we pause for a moment before we go to the next segment?
Why?
Because we got some Johnsons.
Oh, we do. Okay.
Hand out. Is the Wi-Fi working for you yet?
I don't know. Let me check.
I have.
Go ahead and hand them out.
Okay. One is a pre-Johnson. Pre-Johnson to Axel. Yeah, Axel.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. That was earlier today, but Axel, thanks for stepping in there. Also, a pre-Johnson to Amy.
Nice.
I don't know if Amy's with us right now because this was earlier. But for right now, the live Johnson's going out right now for Simon and Steve.
Yay!
Thanks for buying shirts. Actually, I should check what you guys bought. That would be interesting.
I do have a couple Johnsons. One from Hayden. Thank you super much. For the CPU cooler shirt.
Yeah, Hayden.
As well as Simon, we got a double Johnson.
Double Johnson.
Double Johnson. Woo!
Cheers to you, Simon.
Simon, you're the boss.
Simon got a black thumbscrew shirt from me.
Nice. Went with the CPU cooler.
And Steve went with an English pub glass.
Brilliant.
Which are fantastic drinking receptacles.
Yes, they are.
Okay.
I can attest to that.
All right, next segment, Kyle.
So, just to preface
prefacing
the segment a bit. Earlier today, I told you guys on Twitter that I would not be doing Pimp My PC for today's episode, and in place,
riots broke out immediately.
But in
Twitter
place
has
of
been
it,
burned to the ground.
I've kind of created a new segment that I will admit is not entirely my own idea, but I thought it was going to be really fun, so I wanted to try it out. It's called Word BLURT.
Oh, good.
And I actually got this idea from, are you familiar with Jimmy Fallon and The Tonight Show? Very popular show.
Yeah, a little bit.
Guy used to be on SNL. Funny guy. But I don't...
I like him better on his live show than on SNL.
Yes, I agree. He always used to laugh too much during the scenes.
He would break character.
Yes, he would. Break the fourth wall all the time. But on his show, he has a lot of like little segments, kind of like how we do, on here on Awesome Hardware. One of those segments I thought was kind of funny. I watched it earlier today on YouTube, but I actually don't have TV, so I just watch all this stuff online when it's around.
This is a big preface.
But this is called Word BLURT.
Okay.
He has a segment called Word BLURT, and we're going to be doing the same thing, but it's going to be techified. It's in a tech type style.
So how's Word BLURT
the way Word BLURT works?
How's Word BLURT work?
Paul, is I have a bunch of cards here, and on the other side of these cards is a word. Okay, different words on here. They're all kind of tech related in some way.
And we have to read that word and say it aloud.
Well, no, that's not it.
Word.
That's not quite it.
Oh.
So I'm going to flip. We're going to randomize the cards. We're only going to do 6 of them. I think there's a pile of 18 or 20 here. And I'm going to flip. We're going to flip the card. All right, and we're going to look at it for the first time at the same time, and we're going to say the first word that comes to our mind. And we're just going to see like how on each other's level we are when it comes to like brainwave activity. Like it's kind of a social experiment on telekinesis or telepathicness.
It's kind of like when a bunch of
telepathy. I know the words.
It's kind of like when a bunch of ladies are all working together, or living in the same place, and their menstrual cycles sync up.
It's pretty much like that.
Okay.
This is a menstrual word BLURT. You heard it here.
That sounds
so I'm gonna deal out
not
1,
very
2,
appealing at
3,
all. Okay.
4, 5, 6 cards. All right. 6 cards are on the line, and we're not really doing this for points. We're just kind of doing it as an experiment, just for fun.
Okay. So in the future, we might keep score. And possibly
I mean, maybe it depends.
All right, I'm used to your games having punishments involved of some kind, but I'm okay. I'm okay to go without a punishment.
I'm gonna try to see if I can.
So the folks watching at home,
right?
They're gonna be able to see the word before they hear us blurt.
Exactly. So I'm gonna show. Are you ready?
Yes.
I'm gonna show them the word
ready.
first.
Okay.
So don't look at the stream, Paul.
Okay, I'm not looking at the stream.
Hopefully they can see it.
It's delayed anyway.
Yeah, that's right. That's true. Ready?
What words are we gonna say?
Ready? Go. Watch.
Green.
Green?
Yeah.
Green what?
Green apple.
Oh, green apple. Okay, so you actually went with the fruit.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I went with the company.
I have dissociated Apple in my mind so
with
much
any
from
kind
the
of
actual company, apparently, that I immediately thought of Apple as an apple pie or something wholesome, something that you can consume and that will like benefit your body.
That is a very optimistic way of thought.
It is. See.
Very well done.
Looking positive. Wait, what did you say? Watch?
I said watch.
Ah.
I know.
Like the least appealing thing they make?
I know.
Why? I mean, do you want one? Do you secretly want an
Apple
Watch?
No, I don't.
Watch,
it's not some Freudian shit that's going on.
Kyle wants an Apple Watch.
No, I don't. I just said it because
we need to start
repulsed.
We need to start a Kickstarter to buy Kyle an Apple Watch.
Oh hell no! And then that way you guys can watch me blow it up.
Can you? You can't even use it without an iPhone though, right?
I don't. Probably not.
It's like a useless.
No, knowing Apple, you probably can't.
Okay, so.
Anyway. All right. So here's the other one. I don't know if it's upside down or right side up.
Forward flirt, so flip it over.
All right, ready? Mm-hmm. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
360.
Lame.
Lame.
I should have saved that for Apple.
Lame.
I can't say the same word twice.
All right, so the
you
word
said 360
was Xbox, which you guys already.
Oh, you're like so last gen.
I know. It's because that's what I have is an Xbox 360. I do not have an Xbox One.
So personal with you.
And
so personal.
You're right. It goes straight to the core of my being.
I said lame because Xbox cannot walk physically. That was my rationale, which is much more logical than yours. All right, next one.
Perfect sense.
All right, don't look. Try to.
Not looking.
Hopefully they can see what I'm doing. Like
I sure hope so.
Okay.
Next time you need to write indicators on the back of the card so you know which one.
I learned that. I learned that today.
We learn. We evolve.
Every day.
We evolve our segments to get better with time.
Us humans here. All right, ready?
Okay. All right, ready.
Here we go. Fuck.
Windows. I don't.
I
think your response is better.
I said fuck because that's the first thing I always say anytime I see one.
I think I actually locked up when I saw it.
You actually B-sided.
I was like, yeah, like
then it should have been
I couldn't move forward.
Me.
There was also.
You should have said right.
This also hit very close to home though.
Because we were B-siding earlier.
Because because I had just a devil of a time setting up. Setting up our streaming system today. Trying to get the GH4 working and trying to get our audio working. We were trying to use this mic.
Right.
Look at this fancy mic I have right here.
And yet,
just positioned.
And yet we
right
can't
there,
use it.
But yeah, it's still having some issues, so we're gonna have to work on that. So
That's
we're
too bad.
using the labs.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right, we got a few more here.
Obvious Frog is asking what is BSOD? That's Blue Screen of Death.
Yeah.
Which has been a mainstay for Windows for gosh, how long? When did that start? Windows 95, I think.
Was that the first?
Was when the BSOD started. I could be wrong though. It might go back even before then.
3.1 maybe.
When the system locks up in such a way that the operating system can still recognize it, it will flash a blue screen. It will try to do a memory dump so it can record some information of what was going on at the time.
Right.
And it's BSOD has been very commonly known in the circles of people who work on Windows systems for a long time. Because yeah, they like changed the way it looks in Windows 8. I had the best. Did you see my best BSOD ever?
The one with the sad face?
Yeah, I can pull that up.
I did see it.
Let's do it after this segment,
okay.
though.
All right, we got 3 more.
We gotta keep going.
All right, here we go.
You gonna show them first?
Next card. Here it is. All right, ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. Lord.
Whether it was Gavin be praised. Gabin.
It has to be one word.
Why do I keep saying Gavin? I don't know why I hate that.
Gabin.
Gabin be
praise
Gabin.
Do I need to put a little accent over the A? Or
no, I don't know
that
where
doesn't make it a hard A, does it?
It's my friend in junior high. We used to call Gob.
Gob.
Honestly, that's where it comes from. But yeah, Gabin.
And that's what you think of when you see our Lord and Savior's name.
No, what I think of when
Shame
I
on
think
you,
of
Paul.
when I see that is what
Blasphemy.
Steve and I did in an episode of Yoked, which is I say, praise Gabin, and you respond with,
Gabin.
Gabin be praised. Right? Praise Gabin.
There can only be one word, though.
You're not doing it right. Praise Gabin.
Praise Gabin.
No, you say Gabin be praised.
Gabin be praised.
Okay, let's try it the right way now.
Okay.
Praise Gabin.
Gabin praised. Gabin be praised.
I hate you. And then you're supposed to do the sign of the G. Sign of the G.
But how do you know that's not like the Logitech G? Like the gaming...
It's Gabin be praised.
Is that like the gaming sign
okay,
of...
let's finish your word blur.
So actually, a bunch of people in the chat got Lord too, so I'm not the one that's wrong here.
Neither of us are wrong.
That's true. We are all loved in
It's like
the eyes of
saying it's like saying you can fail a Rorschach test or whatever.
Okay, Gabin loves us all. All right, so for these last two, we are actually going to write down. What we're going to do is we're going to flip the card over, but we're not going to say what we think initially.
Okay.
We're going to take a second to look into each other's eyes, and we're going to like try to guess what the other person's thinking, and we're going to try to like sync up and get the exact same.
So we
word.
want to try to write. This is like wait, this. This is very much like the Newlywed Game, actually.
I mean, technically,
that's
Paul.
That's what they do there. You
plus,
are newly married, Kyle.
Why beat around the bush? All right, so are you ready? Here's the word.
Okay. What's it matter if we're not going to blur?
I know, but just so they can see it.
You're also going against the title of your segment, Word Blurt. If we're not blurting stuff, we're writing it.
No, this is like the final round. It's
okay,
fine.
that's all right.
This is the bread and butter of the segment. Oh. All right, so don't let me see what you're saying. And I can't look in chat because people are giving me ideas.
Wait, how many things are we writing?
One word.
Oh, one word.
You can only write one word.
Oh.
Word blurt, not words blurt.
I wrote 3 things.
Just erase 2 of them. You're not allowed to write more than one word.
Okay.
That defeats the purpose.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, ready? So
were we just gonna
on the count of 3, we're gonna show it to the camera, and then we're gonna show it to each other. Ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
I hope they can even read that. I don't know. I don't know if they can read it.
Okay. What did you write?
Yes.
No way.
Success.
No way.
Success.
Oh
my gosh, this is beautiful. This was not planned at all. Look,
I swear to God. I swear to God, we did not plan that.
Hi, Nori.
We both wrote short. In case you couldn't see it on the paper.
Hi, Nori.
Wow.
Nori was
I'm sorry,
She was concerned that we were.
It's okay. Yes. Those were cries of laughter
Nori, go lie down.
And happiness.
Go lie down, puppy. Lie down.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Wow.
That was amazing.
Are you starting to see the potential here?
Yeah.
in the show.
If anyone was wondering,
segment.
I wrote tech tips because Linus Tech Tips. Then
I almost wrote tips.
The second thing I wrote was short.
Yeah.
And then I wrote pink. And when I was forced to narrow it down to one, of course, I had to narrow it down to short. But that is.
Oh
all right.
my goodness!
Wow.
That was awesome.
Apparently we are recently married or something. I don't know.
We would win the Newlyweds show.
We would. We should totally.
I'm probably
go
more
on.
compatible with you than my wife.
Well,
This is crazy. All right, so let's do the last one here. Again, I'm going to show it to you guys. I don't really need to cover it up too much.
Again?
Yeah, so wherever your paper's at, just use the other side.
Yes.
The word is esports.
Esports.
Oh God, what do I do here? First thing that comes to my mind.
I'm doing the first thing that comes to my mind, although it's boring, I think. You're writing too much. I don't think we're gonna.
No, it's because I wrote it big so that they can see.
Okay.
All right, here it is. Ready? What is it? MLG? You used an acronym.
MLG, yeah, Major League Gaming.
I use
It's
nerds.
like the biggest esports, I think,
It is
company.
one of the biggest events.
Conglomerate things.
That is true.
Nerds, esports, people are nerds.
And just like, from the outside, fly on the wall perspective, you're a bunch of nerds, esports. Okay, that was the that was word blurt.
That
guys.
was word blurt. That's very exciting.
I know it's probably not your cup of tea.
Super exciting.
Not for everyone, but I kind of enjoyed doing it. I thought it was kind of a nice.
I had a good time.
Thought it was fun.
I hope you had a good time.
And that doesn't mean that Pin My PC is going anywhere. Like all these segments that we do here, can coexist. We could have a word blurt and a Pin My PC in the same episode. It would be perfectly fine. It's not like science and religion or something.
Really trying to keep people from being upset.
I mean, Pin My PC is never going anywhere.
PS2 is I will write bigger next time.
Yes.
Next time we do word blurt.
Yes. All right.
The ever popular segment.
That's right. All right, cool. Then it's time for our next mini segment, which is going to be Sponsor Spot.
Sponsor Spot?
Yep.
We have a sponsor now.
And we have lower thirds, don't we?
It's still Gigabyte. Wait.
Oh!
No, wrong one. That one.
So we've got this Z170X Gaming 7 motherboard from Gigabyte.
Indeed
they are
we
our
do.
proud sponsor for today's episode 27. Damn. Skylake? Skylake is pretty sweet. So obviously you're going to need a good Z170X board or a Z170 board for it.
Yes, you will.
Why not this one?
That's
Huh?
is that in there?
Yeah. But I've actually gone. See, that's the thing, Paul. Is like all this sponsorship stuff. They're just like blowing smoke type of thing.
Of course.
They're getting paid to say all this. So I thought, wouldn't it be fun if instead of just talking about the motherboard, like we usually do, or whatever product that is being sponsored, why don't we rap about it?
Oh, I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. So why don't we drop down like a sick beat, like a nice West Coast beat?
Okay.
And then I'll flow over that beat with some lyrics that I have right here. Some sweet,
soulful
lyrics.
That sounds very in line with
About this motherboard.
with sort of the standard MO of our show
Pretty much.
and the things that we typically do.
Yeah.
Now, I imagine you're probably going to want to put these headphones on.
I am. And you're probably going to want to take that motherboard out of the box so you can...
I'm taking the motherboard out of the box?
Yeah, because you're going to be like my music video dancer.
I am the hype man on this particular...
You are the hype man. That's right. So...
I just need to watch my beer. Okay.
He's going to be...
This is the wrong
so
motherboard,
epic.
Kyle.
What do you mean?
This is... Wait, isn't it?
No, it's not. They both have G1 gaming
Oh,
on
you're
the
right. I
side.
thought it was a G1 Gaming.
Yeah.
They look
That would be a fail.
so similar.
All right.
All right, so
I'm going to get into position here.
I have no idea what I'm doing. All right, put that down back there.
All right, guys. This is going to be pretty horrible because I don't know how to rap, or let alone write lyrics to a rap song about anything, let alone motherboards. So we're just going to see how this goes.
I'm gonna have to let people know. Kyle was practicing this earlier.
I mean, do you blame me?
He tried to. Now I will also fess up here. To be honest with you guys, I wanted to also rap in this little rap game we got going on.
It's fun.
But I was trying to set up all the stuff for the stream. And
you did have a lot of duties.
That was more of a priority, so eventually I ran out of time for that. But maybe if this goes well enough, and if people are interested, perhaps we can continue rapping in the future.
That'd be
because it's
cool.
really goes. It's right up our alley.
Yeah, it's so us.
Okay. So do you want me to start this right at that mark, or do you want me to go to the beginning?
Well, do you know if the volume, the desktop volume here, the system volume is?
You should be able to hear it, and they should be able to hear it.
They should be able to hear it too.
I'm going to turn it up a little bit, and I'll try to monitor that.
I just want to make sure that what they're hearing is level between my audio and
the problem
and the
is,
music.
even though they can hear us, obviously, I don't have levels on that little bar right there.
Oh, that's
but I do have levels for
me.
Yeah, for the background volume or whatever, or
see.
for stuff playing on the stream. All right, well, should we just give it a shot?
Let's just give it a shot.
I'm going to start from the beginning, so you have a few seconds.
Okay, yeah. Start it from the very beginning.
Very beginning?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Can you hear?
I can't hear anything.
You can't hear anything?
No.
It's because the volume's really low.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Can you hear now?
Yeah. You need to turn it up a little bit for me though.
I need to turn it up more.
Yeah. Is there audio on here?
Hold on.
This thing?
Yeah. Oh wait, no, other way. How's that?
No, I don't hear anything.
It's paused. That's why you can't hear anything. It's because it's paused.
Don't blow my ears out, Paul.
Here. Oh.
I really wish I knew what chat was saying.
Okay, you ready?
Yes.
You can look at chat over here. I have it.
I suppose I could.
All right, I'm going to start from the beginning again because we got to make sure that you're ready for this.
All right, here we go.
You can hear it?
Yep.
All right, counts in the rap.
Go ahead and put the cursor over the YouTube video so I see the time code. Yeah. All right. Here we go. Most gangsta, illest beat you've ever heard. Here we go. Awesome hardware in the house. Turn the lights down. Turn the music up. Now here's a motherboard you better recognize. It looks like a transformer, robots in disguise, supports DDR4 and Skylake CPUs and 32 gigabits per second M.2s. Plot an evil color scheme with a trace path LEDs. Is that a USB 3.1 Type-C? Oh yes it is. No it's not. Oh yes it really is. Cause Gigabyte sexiness is make you wanna jump with an overclock that goes to 11. So make some noise for the Z170X Gaming 7. Yeah. That's it. That's all I got.
I'm so good at being a hype man.
Drop the mic.
All right, drop the mic. All right, this is definitely what you should do. All right.
Oh boy, it's probably good that I can't read the chat.
That was fire right there.
Oh boy.
All right.
What are they saying?
I don't know.
Yes.
Don't know.
Oh god.
I have no idea how the levels are. I have no idea
what they heard.
I'm
dreading listening to this later on my own.
Zero pre-show.
Well, let me know on Twitter since I can't read the chat right now. For some reason, the Wi-Fi is not. Oh no, I can see you guys now.
No, people are digging
it. People say it's hot.
This is
the hottest new.
The house is gonna burn down right now.
Hottest new LP.
Oh yeah.
Awesome hardware. All right,
okay.
cool. All right. So there you go. There's
Beautiful.
a sponsorship spot. Sponsor spot.
Kyle
out.
What's left, Kyle?
What do we got next? We've got.
I think all that's left is for you is tech news, right?
Tech news.
All right,
Let's do it.
Time for tech news.
Let's do it, baby. So the first story that we've got with tech news here is the Fury Nano, Paul.
It is.
Have you heard much about the Fury Nano lately?
I've heard a little bit.
Because it's coming.
Like a month or two ago, but this recent stuff is
coming
news
in
to
hot.
me.
Yes.
So this is a Hexus.net article.
It's a Hexus.net article that actually got some intel from a Thai tech site, which we don't really see. What is that GIF? What's that GIF there?
That's a
very
WWE GIF of just any time you're excited about something.
It's very distracting.
It's
but anyway, this Thai tech site called Zolkorn. I'm half Thai. I don't know what that means though. They reported that Thursday, the 27th of August, which is in 2 days, the Fury Nano will release.
That is just in 2 days.
Into the
look at
ether.
this. They've replaced the iPhone comparison
I know.
test.
I love
with
it.
the Windows Phone comparison test.
Yes.
Remarkable choice there.
It is pretty awesome.
They've released performance results?
They have.
What?
That was the other thing I was going to talk about. So it shows here that the Fury Nano isn't quite up to par with the Fury X, which isn't surprising considering it's a downclocked version of that same GPU.
That makes sense.
But at the same time, it is quite a bit more impressive, I should say, on the frame rates per second arena than the R9 is what they were comparing it to? Or Hawaii XT. Just a Hawaii XT chip, so yeah, like a 290X or something like that. But when you look at the second graph bar there, where it says performance per watt, you can see the Nano just taking a very strong lead, even over the Fury X. in terms of performance per watt, which means this is an
got that
incredibly
big,
power-efficient card.
Big long red bar right
Big
there.
old long red bar right there.
And that is an area that they've really trailed behind NVIDIA in for quite some time now.
Exactly. So now maybe a bunch of NVIDIA fanboys can shut up and they can't really talk shit on AMD not having the most power-efficient card because they've got the Nano. Assuming that these benchmarks are true, because that is pretty impressive if that is accurate.
What is with your phone?
Sorry, it's going off.
Phone's insane.
Oh, I just got a record deal with this rap
nice.
agency. Yeah, they want me on the phone. They want me on a plane to New York.
You gotta sign that right away.
Next week. That's right.
Gotta get the signing bonus.
Shit is hot. Word travels fast like fire. All right. So what is it about this card that's special? Obviously, it's very power efficient, and the 175 watt TDP is indication of that.
Yes,
it also runs off of a single 8-pin PCIe connector, which is nuts. That's to put things in perspective. That's the same connector that's required for my GTX 950 super clocked card from EVGA. 950.
That's silly though. I'll just be straight up. That's silly.
I agree, but it still puts things in perspective.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate here.
You devil, you.
That's silly. Your 950 does not need that much power.
Yeah.
And two, a 8-pin PCI Express graphics connector is exactly the same amount of wattage delivered as two 6-pin PCI Express graphics connectors.
True.
So,
I agree.
Keep that in mind.
I agree, but still, I mean, the fact that what does the Fury X have? Is it one 8-pin, one 6-pin?
It's in the other room.
It's in the other room. Okay, we'll have to wait for that.
Sorry.
Paul can't bring it out at the moment, but at the same token. It is a 6-inch form factor, so it is pretty tiny as well.
That is awesome.
Which keeps it super compact, great for small form factor builds. I mean, damn. And I think obviously HBM memory has a lot to do with that.
Yep. Being
able to stack the memory chips vertically, like a New York skyline as opposed to like an Orange County suburban layout on the PCB, definitely allows it to be condensed into a smaller package overall. It's a very, very poignant analogy there, Kyle. Yes, of course. And I think that's pretty much all I had to say. Fury Nano, I'm going to try to get a sample if I can, but I'm sure they're probably hard for a channel of my size.
Yeah.
But I'll do my best. I'll do my best, guys. I'll do my best.
I have a Fury. I still have a Fury X video I'm going to do with a couple of Fury X's. I did get one from AMD, but it wasn't necessarily through the normal channels that a reviewer would go through with them. So yeah, it seems like they did the same thing with the Fury. Actually, they didn't do a really wide, broad distribution of samples to reviewers.
Right.
Fury X for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
So cool stuff. Keep your eyes on that, guys. The Fury Nano should be coming out this week if the rumors are true. But the other cool story that I found was about a CPU cooler that really kind of is being tested in an unorthodox manner that you wouldn't quite expect. It's the Enermax ETS T40 Fit, which is the kind of successor line to their older ETS T40.
Which is right there.
Line, which is up on Paul's wall somewhere. But
yeah,
basically,
I have one in the build I did today.
The cool thing about this cooler is that it's rated for 200 watt TDP, but it actually dissipates the heat from a 350 watt coffee pot, oddly enough. So it's a really weird experiment, but it's kind of cool. What they did was they took a coffee pot, 350 watts, and they waited to see how long it would take for it to boil water. And what they found was this coffee pot boils water in about 9 minutes.
Okay.
Then what they did was they took the top cap off of the coffee pot and they put their ETS CPU cooler on top. And then they set the timer again and waited to see how long it would take for the water to boil.
Oh.
It took they waited 90 minutes, a whole hour and a half for the water to boil, and it still wouldn't boil. So that's without the cooler, obviously. 9 minutes. Took it 9 minutes to boil. If you fast forward, it goes on and on and on for an hour and a half, and it's still not boiling. They eventually just took the cooler off because they were like, we actually want coffee at this point.
So this uses water cooling?
This is not water cooling. No, you're completely missed the mark here, Paul.
They were using it to cool water.
It's not. It's the different kind of water cooling.
That seems like water cooling to me.
That's a very literal translation of water cooling.
Enermax has a new water cooling solution.
That is not at all what this article is about, Paul. Damn it.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. So it is kind of a cool little experiment that they did. The Enermax fan, they were using their own fan, the one that comes included with the actual cooler, which was spinning at about 1800 RPM, in case you're interested. And the reason why they're calling it the T40 Fit line is because of their new slim 41 millimeter thick heat sinks that are built to kind of fit in a wide range of cases.
That's pretty slim.
Particularly not overhanging or interfering with your RAM modules, I think, is a pretty nice benefit of that slimmer heatsink. But yeah.
So here's what's confusing. This looks like the old school Dominator design of memory.
Does it?
But it's in a quad channel setup. But I was not aware of this design of memory being ever made with
quad channel.
With DDR4. No, I guess no, those are DDR3. Never mind. That's probably Z.
Right.
X79.
I doubt it's.
Never mind. I was just confused for a second.
That's okay.
How much does this cost? Because it looks very strikingly similar to the Hybrid 212.
Oh,
Evo.
I would say anywhere from 30 to 40 bucks.
Oh wait,
it says right there, 90 euro.
It looks like it's 40 euro.
40 euro.
Or 45 euro.
Okay.
Which, if you're in the United States, translates to about $200,000.
Yeah, that's accurate. That seems legit.
Okay.
So cool. Good on Enermax for kind of creating a new outside-the-box advertisement that isn't just a bunch of like stupid After Effects transitions and flashy shit.
Oh, those really sell the product, though.
No, of course.
After Effects transitions.
Of course, they are the most effective way of marketing. Next up is the maybe you guys have already heard about this. It's been all over the internet and Twitters and stuff. The Galaxy Note 5 with their new S Pen design kind of is experiencing a bit of a design flaw, if you will, in that, well, if
okay,
you
I need to pay attention here because I'm going to talk about this on my half of the show.
Yes, you
too.
are. So
Stay
pay attention.
tuned for my half of the show.
Yes.
It's going to be awesome.
Pay attention, Paul. So Galaxy Note 5, right? It's got a pen. You can pull out the pen and you can like do stylus crap with it. And like your phone even has a sensor inside of the holster for the pen, so it knows when the pen is removed or when it's placed back in, and it can like open up applications. Like it can give you like a quick start menu as soon as you pull the pen out because it knows that you're ready to like do stylus crap, right? Here's the thing: if you try to place the pen back into the holster backwards, you will break your phone.
Break?
You will break the phone, and it will and you will also get your pen stuck into your phone permanently.
So the pen is stuck in the phone
when you put it in. If you put it in backwards,
and the phone doesn't work anymore.
And the phone won't work. Well, the sensor that's inside that tells your phone whether or not the pen is inserted will break.
All right.
And so if you one false move, if let's say you're drunk one night and you're like, I'm gonna put the pen away, and you put it in backwards, you're screwed basically. So there's a lot of controversy here because half the people are saying, well, this is Samsung's bad for not engineering a better way for people to know not to put the pen in backwards. Like if it was tapered, for example, and then you just couldn't actually get it started to get into the hole if you tried to put it in backwards, that might be one thing. But the fact that you can just easily slip in the pen, the S Pen, backwards so easily without any kind of resistance or indication that you're doing it wrong is kind of an issue. So if you want to post I'll post the straw poll in the chat right now and see what you guys. Yeah, it's just a quick little survey to see what you guys think about the S Pen and this whole debacle with Samsung.
I posted it too.
Thank you. Wait, that was probably not the right straw poll.
It wasn't?
I posted the wrong straw poll.
You posted the wrong one. I posted the correct one.
I'm posting the right one now.
So everyone,
I'm spamming my own.
Click on
my
link.
Yeah, ignore.
There's no turnip option. This is not Linus Tech Tips.
No turnip option. Jesus, what's with the turnips? I don't get it. So I don't know. What do you think, Paul? Do you think Samsung missed the boat on this one? Or do you think people are just being babies?
Okay, so I want to first off, Kyle, I want to really congratulate you for going through that entire thing, which was rife with potential innuendo, without making any suggestive comments about insertion in the wrong orientation.
I'm actually pretty surprised at myself
and that
too.
kind of thing. I'm amazed.
Yeah.
I'm frankly astounded that you didn't do that. So I'm
going
to
to
go ahead
something
and say,
for your half of the show.
Look, if I'm going to flip around and insert from the back side, I got to make sure that it's lubed up and good to go.
So you would lube your S Pen before inserting it?
Yes.
Okay.
That's all. That's what we're really missing here is some lubricant. And I think if everyone lubricates their S Pen, they're really going to find their way around this problem. Now, I mean, is it really that hard to fit in backwards, though? I mean, how much force do you have to apply?
None.
Here? What are we talking? None.
Exactly the same amount of force as you would the right side up.
Okay. So, so I was reading an article or two about this earlier today, and people seem to be saying, like, if you're that stupid to like insert it backwards, then you deserve to have your phone broke.
That is one of the the answers on the survey.
But how hard is it actually to insert it backwards?
That's the controversial thing, is that there's like
this image
it's super
right here,
easy,
right? So this is like an oval shaped. I mean, if you're looking at it from the top, so it's basically just flip it around the other way.
Right. Yeah.
So how?
But you know what? Like, I think it's one of those things, like, if you're using it constantly and you're using it all the time, then it's bound to happen one of these days. Like, one time you're just going to accidentally slip in the wrong end. Like, maybe you get caught in a conversation, you're talking to someone, and you kind of do it without even really looking.
Okay.
Type one of those things. But the thing is once you get it in even halfway, you don't have to go all the way in. Once you get it in halfway, you've already damaged your phone, and it's stuck in there for good, potentially. And it's just, you know, I mean, it won't come out.
Story of my life, guys. Story of my life.
I'm glad we're taking a mature approach to this article, Paul, because Lord knows this is no laughing matter when you get your hardware stuck into a socket and into a deep dark hole in it.
So do you want to see what people?
Yeah, let's see what they said.
To your straw poll here.
Screw it. What did they say?
Let's look at results. People are stupid for not stupid. Wait, no. Samsung. It's Samsung's fault. Samsung's stupid for not stupid proofing their product.
I mostly agree.
Poop came in a strong second.
Damn, poop. Wow.
And people deserve to have their phones broken. Also with some representation there. I have to agree. When you're building something like a phone, like if you want to look at the comparison between like those of us who build our own computers,
right,
and who that's like marketed towards, versus something like a phone and who that's marketed towards, yes, you have to make a phone idiot-proof.
Yes.
And this is not idiot-proof if you can insert it backwards. Yes, an idiot might insert it backwards. That means it's not idiot-proof.
I don't even know how an idiot would. I don't know how anyone would do that.
Okay. We have another controversial topic to discuss here.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Intel to launch unlocked Skylake-K SKUs in their laptops.
Ooh.
I'm going to post the correct straw poll in here this time. The question here is: do you care?
Do I care?
Does anyone care?
Do you care? There's lots of options.
Yeah,
because
basically.
No, maybe so, I don't know. Edgar Allan Poe and poop.
Poop is also there again. You can't escape poop.
For poop.
Turns out poop is everywhere.
Way better than turnip.
But here's the thing, Paul. Skylake-K SKUs in a laptop sounds cool, but is it enough to convince desktop users like you or myself or the people who are watching the show to actually invest in a high-end gaming laptop?
Fuck no.
Fuck no.
Like,
fuck no.
I mean, overclocking anything in a laptop, I'm sorry, I find it stupid. I really find it stupid. Overclocking, like, people are pissed off that NVIDIA locked out people overclocking their GPUs in their laptops, and I'm like, a laptop is meant to be small and has like such, it's got like the most piddly cooling solution as it is, because it's all compressed down to like a half an inch or a quarter of a centimeter or whatever of space. Like, it's terrible.
Right.
You're trying to push more, like a higher frequency out of that and make it generate more heat.
Don't laptops get hot enough?
Yeah,
like, don't
they get
like
really hot as it is.
Hot on your legs and
generally speaking, at least well-designed laptops are going to try to push to right about that kind of sweet spot between amount of heat generated and amount of heat dissipated, so that it's like hopefully doesn't get too scalding hot if you actually have it on your lap or somewhere like that. But it actually still gives you a decent amount of performance. Overclocking a laptop processor I have zero interest.
Yeah. You're just asking for bad news.
I have zero.
And manufacturers guaranteed, once these laptops hit the market, guaranteed manufacturers are going to come out with like some markety BS to say, well, we've invented a new cooling solution that fits in a really slim profile that can allow you to overclock your CPU to desktop extents. You know that's going to happen.
You're right.
And poop is, again, almost in the lead.
No and poop.
No and poop.
I mean, Edgar Allan Poe. Strong representation here.
Big fan base.
Did not know that we had such a literary crowd.
Cult following,
yeah,
to say the least. Okay, so good to know.
Quoth the Raven.
Quoth the Raven.
Never mind. Okay.
Sweet. Moving on, our last story for today, at least for my segment, my half of the show, I should say, is Cortana. The Cortana beta app has officially reached Android.
Hey.
So for all you mobile users who are rocking Android phones, you can get Cortana today on your phone. Granted, it is the beta version, and it's not going to have 100% of the features that you might expect on the desktop version of Windows 10,
Apparently
but it does have like 95% of the shit. So.
It does have the recommending you watch the Martian trailer feature, apparently.
It's very good with suggestions.
See more trailers on Bing.com.
Cortana is a great source of information.
Bing.com, Cortana will
Bing.com,
information.
Bing.com, and she's very helpful, and so because of that, to celebrate this kind of this arrival of her presence onto Android, I thought it would be fun if I took my phone, which I actually have Cortana beta, Cortana beta app loaded on here, and ask her some questions.
I am very excited about this test that we're about to run now, Kyle. But
Why?
you know what I think I should do since I'm going to PAX?
What?
I'm going to PAX. I'm leaving on Thursday.
Ask her to watch your dog.
I should load Cortana on my phone, and I should like completely 100% rely on Cortana for like everything I do at PAX Prime.
That'd be a good benchmark.
Like food, like where to go, like
alarms, navigate me here.
Like, should I be afraid that Logan is just standing over me watching me sleep? Cortana?
Should I use the same thing I praised
Cortana, why aren't you responding? Yeah, that sort of thing. Your typical
She responds back, I'm working for Logan, Paul.
Your typical PAX Prime
Logan is my master.
Activities.
I've been hacked.
You're scaring me, Kyle. I'm so afraid.
So, all right, guys. Feel free to post in chat if you if you can think anything that you want us to ask Cortana. But I already have a few things that I want to ask her that I think might be kind of interesting. So let's talk to her. Let's talk to Cortana, guys. I've got her on speakerphone here. All right, here's the first thing. Hey, Cortana, how's it going?
Hope the Wi-Fi is working.
Oh, your Wi-Fi.
Great, thanks.
Oh, she replied.
Okay, so she's. I think she's kind of shy.
She's doing all right.
She wasn't doing anything. Let's see if she's willing to open up to us a little bit. Here we go. Cortana, sing me a song.
Oh, he floats through the air with the greatest of ease, this daring young man on the flying trapeze.
That's not bad.
She sang you a freaking song.
She actually like sings in note. And it's not like a robotic voice. It sounds like an actual person. You know the voice actor for Halo?
Yeah, she got some vibrato in there and everything.
Yeah, she has not bad.
Sexy.
All right, so a couple more questions. You know what else is cool about Cortana? You can ask her to do things for you, not just like search the web, but like physical things that you might need a physical thing there. Like watch this. Cortana, roll the dice.
Ooh.
You got an 8. So this is kind of cool, like if you're playing Dungeons and Dragons or like some kind of board game and you don't have physical dice.
You
like,
can
oh
use
shit,
Cortana
we have dice.
to gamble.
You can use Cortana to gamble. That's not what I was going for, but like for like family board games, and also for gambling away your family savings if you want to.
With no actual dollars.
That's right.
At risk.
All right, let's get a little bit more personal. Do you have anything to ask her personally?
Can she talk dirty to you?
All right, let's ask her.
Cortana, can you talk dirty to me?
Thanks.
I don't think she likes you, Paul.
Apparently, I don't have quite the amount of like suave.
Let me ask her. Cortana, are you sexy? Let's see what she thinks about herself. She's thinking about it. She's thinking about it.
Code.
I'm code was her response. Brilliant.
That's pretty good.
Brilliant. All right. Let's see if we can get deep with Cortana.
All right.
Not in the sexual tense, but Cortana, what is the meaning of life?
We all shine on, my friend.
Okay.
Isn't that a
I think that's
lyric?
a reference.
We all shine on. What's that song?
I don't
Who sings
know.
it? Moon, stars, and sun.
If only I could ask Cortana. Like,
Is that Beatles?
who's that by?
Is that the Beatles?
It might be.
I don't even know.
I can hear Lennon now. I'll do one last Cortana question for the night. Wait, let's see. Did anyone have any recommendations in here? Let's
John Lennon, not the Beatles.
Oh, okay. That's what I said.
It's close.
Cortana, what do you think of Apple?
I thought the shuffle was adorable.
The iPod Shuffle?
She's totally
thought it was
talking shit on Apple.
I know, that was like so passive aggressive right there. Damn.
Thought
All
the
right.
shuffle is so cute.
Well done, Cortana. So if you guys want to check out Cortana, the beta app for Android, you actually can't find it in the Google Play Store. I tried looking.
Oh, really?
You actually have to download it through Microsoft's website.
Okay.
You can Google it. Just Google Cortana for Android, and as soon as you click the thing on your desktop, it'll actually automatically start downloading on your phone. But you do have to make sure that you go into your settings and enable the unknown. What is it? What is it?
So if you ask Siri,
Unknown sources. You want to make sure that unknown sources is turned on. Otherwise, Cortana won't download to your phone when you try to do it via your desktop.
So if you ask
know.
Siri about Cortana, she should talk shit on the Zune. I think would be
That would be a good below the belt response. Excellent. But I think that's going to pretty much conclude it for this episode, or for this half of the show, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're joining us live, we appreciate it. Be sure to stay tuned.
Don't go nowhere, though.
Don't touch that keyboard or that mouse. Because we're going to be right back in about a minute or two. Seconds, a matter of seconds before you get to see part 2 with Paul's half of the show. He's got a lot of good stuff. Sword fight lined up for you. News, more tech news. He's even got Q&A. We're going to answer questions. Yeah! That was about as much energy I could output.
No, that was fantastic.
I'm pretty much going to be dead.
Everyone's excited for my half of the show.
There we go. See you guys in a bit.
See you soon.
Bye.